Is this the moment everybody's been waiting for? Is that affordable family home finally back? Let me show you what is going on. The Calgary real estate market is changing, but what's changing and how much is it changing? So, volume and supply seeing citywide detached sales equal 2,882. The year to date sales are 8,914. That is 10% less year over year. The new listings rose last year in this quarter, and inventory sits at 3,111 units, with a 35 days on market and a 98.15% sale price to list price ratio. So, net absorption is softer than last year, and selection is improving from 2024's tightness. But prices are easing, not crashing. The median price has seen a 1% decrease year over year. The average price has seen a 3% decrease year over year, and benchmark pricing is only coming down 1% year over year. That gentle price give back with firmer list to sell ratios is seeing sellers are still achieving 98% of the list price, but buyer leverage is modestly better than last year. Now, if we break this up, depending on the quadrant, the Northwest is remaining relatively flat with benchmark price changing, so nothing has really shifted there. The volume is a lot softer and pricing is remaining quite steady. Northeast is where we're seeing the largest and clearest price softness amongst all the quadrants, with a 5% decrease with this benchmark pricing. The Southeast has demand pockets, example like the master planned areas such as Mahogany, but we are still seeing a mild price drift with a 2% decrease in its benchmark pricing. Short term, in the next 1 or 2 quarters, we can expect a balance to buyer tilting feel versus 2024. More choice, meaning inventory not as tight as last year, and slightly longer market times. Prices edging sideways to down just a touch. The northeast/east shows the softest price signals, and the west remains the relative price leader on sturdier demand. Now I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about. When I say, is that affordable family home finally back? Let's take a look. So I'm just going to go everything that is under 550,000. And when we want to go family home, detached, total bedrooms, 3 plus, so 3 or more, and at least 2 total bathrooms. Let's take a look. Change that here. I like the map view. Here's everything in Calgary. Here's everything in Calgary that is a single family home and surrounding area, detached home, 550,000 or less, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Where are we seeing the most of it? In that northeast side of Calgary. So the northeast predominantly is where we're seeing a lot of that inventory currently. You can see high pockets like Martindale, Castle Ridge, Falcon Ridge, Tardale, things like that. So a few homes that, what does that look like in there? So you have a 1990 4-bed, 1.5 bath, 1,300 square feet. A little bit of lipstick work over time, still relatively original with that kitchen, but if you're looking to get in the market and at least have a single family home, you're not paying condo fees or anything like that, and you can at least replace some cabinetry over time. You can tell there's been some updating on some appliances. You're getting into something at a relatively good price. When we move down, we want to take a look down in the south end of the city. So Copperfield, New Brighton, Mackenzie Town, these are great stepping stone neighborhoods. People who have those condos or townhomes, selling those, moving up into that single family home. Look at this, $499, 3-bed, 1.5 bath, 2003 build, 1,300 square feet. Basement is fully finished. You're not going to have, just have some off-street parking, so no garage. But let's take a look inside here. So again, like for a family looking in to get their first house, like these are great options. Truly, like this is going to allow you to get in, potentially do a little bit of work over time. But it's also like it's livable. You could move into that day one and be comfortable with your family. You're not having to tear a bunch of stuff out and do a bunch of work. Like this is some great options for people who are finally looking to get out of something that has condo fees and things like that, wanting their own house to themselves, no shared walls. We looked at that one there, so that's $499. Here's $540. Look at that, 2011 build. Again, just parking pad, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Again, for that, if you're looking to start a family, or you might have one kid or one on the way, like these are some exceptional options. You can tell there's been some updating. Look at those countertops that they put in there. A few things you can change if you don't love it, but again, like it's set up well. It's got what you need. It's got the bedrooms, it's got the bathrooms, it's got the space. Let's change something here. What if you just wanted to see stuff that's going to have a garage? Let's look at everything that's going to have a garage. Obviously, it's going to change a few what we have on market. Let's go over here, Sundance. So a 1985 4-level split, 3-bed, 2.5 bath, listed just under $550. Sundance is one of those very desirable communities for people to get into. So if you're looking to get your foot in the door somewhere, and again, obviously you can tell this one is pretty original, has not had a lot of work done to it, has been maintained, like it looks well. I don't see, like there's no major red flags. You'd have to get in and look for sure. You have a garage. You have a home. You're getting into that. And that's what a lot of people have been dying for, and a lot of people have been saying that is not been attainable right now. And this is kind of showing that there's a few options out there for sure. And, you know, even like I kind of spoke in the beginning, you can tell that that west side of Calgary is definitely not seeing the same change with pricing compared to that east and northeast quadrants are. So if we get in here, this area, Coventry, Harvest Hill, is still going to be considered the northeast. But if you want kind of West Calgary for sure, then you can go down. Let's look at this one here in Woodbine. 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 1980 build. Basement's fully finished. Single car detached garage. 4 days on market. Look at that. Paint's done. New floors. Obviously, still some original cabinets and kitchen. But again, just a great home to get into for a family looking to finally move up. Garage out back, backyard, near parks. Options are there. Options are out there right now. And if we keep going in the trends that we're going, then we're going to keep seeing some of the decreases and stuff. I just want to quickly browse outside of Calgary. Like here's 2 options that are showing up in Cochrane. Oh, I do know this one. This one's a bit of an exception. Tenant occupied. And there's a lawsuit going on in this neighborhood of Bow Ridge with a developer from when they kind of started this neighborhood, with some issues with some retaining walls depending what phase you're in. I believe this house is a part of that lawsuit. So that's pending. I don't know what the outcome of that stuff's going to be. But if you're willing to take a risk, right now this one's listed at $500,000. I don't know what's going to go on. Everything's being sold as is. There is tenants in there till August of 2026. but that's a 2,000 square foot home, built 2001, 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath. What's that last one? Look at this, 2018, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath, basement's fully done, garage, detached, double car, gas stove, you got laminate countertops, great layout. So if you're looking even just a little outside of Calgary, like, here's what you can get. That's an exceptional option. And you have your garage, you have everything you need in the back, a little bit of a yard. But one thing I noticed when we zoomed out here, look at Airdrie. Look at the options you can have in there. Just take a quick look. 519, 535, 550, 499. Let's see what this is. Bit of an older home, 1961, 4 bed, 2 full bath, just under 1,000 square feet, bi-level. So let's take a look what the inside is. Look at that lot, huge lot. So pretty original on the inside. Nothing really done to it, but for $499, and you could obviously negotiate that price and see if you could get that down a bit more if that's something you're interested in. My opinion, everything's negotiable. It hasn't sold yet, so 30 days on market. They started at $515, so you could definitely get in there and probably get the price down a bit more, and you could renovate that over time. Look at the lot size you have on that, 8,500 square feet. That's a ton of space. Well, that's what a lot of people are looking for right now. They like yard space. They like, especially compared to some of those newer builds when 0 lot lines and no space in between each other. Let's take a look down here. What do we got? Let's see this one at $499 again. 2011, 3 bed, 2.5 bath. You have the single car garage. Again, like, for a small family or someone looking to get in, this is gonna do you just fine. It really is. These are just a few of the options that are currently on the market. These are just a few things that are out there right now. If you would have been looking at stuff for this time last year, you probably wouldn't have came across it. We are starting to see single family homes. You saw some listed at $499. Obviously, depending location, size of home, year built, everything like that. But there's options out there depending what it is you're looking for and what you want to move into and what you're okay with and what you can do over time. So this is great for buyers, and it's great to start to see the way that we're trending this direction, just to allow people that you're not being squeezed for everything and not getting what you really want anymore. You actually have time to look. There's options out there. That's everything under $550, with a garage, without a garage. I showed you a little bit of both. So if you're looking to kind of get in the market, make that move, get into something different, now is an exceptional time to start to consider some of those things. If you want to take a look, see what's out there for yourself, you want to book a call, you want to know what your home is worth, and you want to see what you need to do in order to make that next step, book a call with me. I'd be more than happy to chat with you. Thank you for watching.